How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to a new showcase. Today's mod we are showcasing is Naturalist, which is a popular mod which adds many new animals to Minecraft, giving the game a bit more life, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get into the good stuff. The first set of mobs I will go through is in the Woodland Wildlife update, and the first mob is the bear. These grizzly beasts can be found wandering through the forest and taiga biomes in groups of 1 to 2, with the other bear being a cub. They will naturally hunt certain mobs including deer, cod, salmon and tropical fish. If you want to breed them, you can do so with salmon, cod, tropical fish, honeycomb or sweet berries. These are pesky animals and will seek out food found in sweet berry bushes and beehives. Bears will also steal food from any campfires, so make sure not to leave any food hanging around. The bears can be found occasionally sleeping at certain times of the day. Grizzly bears are neutral mobs, with the cubs being passive. However, if you do get too close to the cubs, the parent will lash out and attack you, but if the adult is asleep, the cub can be attacked without the adult being aggressive. What you can do is temporarily drop food for the bear so it picks it up. This way it will stop chasing you for a short period and it cannot attack when it's holding food in its mouth. But don't stick around, as if you are still nearby, it will chase you again. If you do decide to kill a bear, it will only drop whatever is in its mouth. You can obtain bear fur though if you shear it, but make sure to run after it's done, as it won't like the fact that it's just been shaved. This bear fur can be made into a teddy bear, which can be placed or held. When you are going to sleep whilst holding the bear, it will let you fall asleep if monsters are nearby, which is a great mechanic. Our second mob today is the bird, and these little creatures can come in 4 different variants, including the cardinal, blue jay, robin, and canary. The cardinal can be found flying in the forest, swamp, savanna, and desert biomes. The blue jay can be found flying in the taiga, extreme hills, and snowy biomes. The robin can be seen flying through the forest, plains, and mountain biomes. The canary can be found flying in the extreme hills and the mountain biomes. They can drop 1 to 2 feathers if they are killed, and they cannot be bred. These birds will behave in a way that they will follow any other nearby bird. If you approach them, the bird will fly away unless you are holding seeds. They can be fed wheat, pumpkin, melon or beetroot seeds, or any other type of seeds that have the tag forge::seeds from other mods to tame them. Once tamed, they will follow you around and can be made to sit. Other than that, there's not much use to them, but they can just be a great companion. Butterflies and caterpillars are next on the list, and these can spawn in the forest and plains biome in groups of 1 to 3. Butterflies can also spawn when a caterpillar goes into its chrysalis form and grows into a butterfly after about 1 day. Butterflies are attracted to flowers and any flowers with the tag Minecraft::flowers from other mods. If the butterfly reaches a flower, it will pollinate from it, and similarly to bees, it will show particles coming off them. Butterflies can pollinate up to 10 crops to increase their growth before the butterfly needs to pollinate again. Butterflies can also be bred when given 2 flowers, from which the 2 butterflies will create a caterpillar. Once a day has passed, or if given more flowers, a caterpillar can enter its chrysalis form on a tree. You can actually pick up the chrysalis block it creates when mined with a silk touch pickaxe. Next on our list is the deer, and deers can be found up to groups of 3 in the forest biomes. Deers will run away from the player if they aren't sneaking, but they will also run from any bears and monsters too. If a deer is attacked, any nearby deers will panic and run away. Deers can be bred with apples, and similarly to sheep, they will eat grass from grass blocks, with the baby deers eating it more often, and every time they do, its growth increases. If a deer is killed, it can have a chance to drop an antler, which can be brewed with orchid potions to create a potion of the forest dasher. This will grant the consumer weakness and speed. The deer also has a chance to drop venison, which can be cooked and eaten. Next up is the firefly, and these little guys can be found flying in the plains, swamps and mushroom biomes. They can only spawn when it is dark or the light level is less than 8. If it does become daytime, they will either hide in tall grass or they will just despawn, leaving a couple of particles behind within 30 seconds. If you do decide to kill them, they do have a chance to drop glow goop, which can be brewed with an orchid potion to create a potion of glowing. This next mob is the snail, which are small insects wandering in the forests, plains, swamps, savannas, rivers, extreme hills, mushroom, underground and mountain biomes, so yeah, it isn't uncommon to come across one. They will behave in a way so that if you do get close to it, it will cower into its shell, but you can pick them up with a bucket, from which they will not despawn if placed back down. Be careful when walking around the snail though, as you can crush it if you do step on it, and it will drop 1 snail shell, which can be used in a composter. You can prevent the snail from being crushed if you rename it or if you wear feather falling boots. The snake is the final mob in the Woodlands Wildlife update, and these animals can be found slithering in the forests, plains, swamps, badlands, savannas, deserts, jungles, beaches and rivers. They are neutral mobs and come in 3 different variants: the snake, the rattlesnake, and the coral snake, and this variant will inflict poison effect when it attacks. Occasionally, you will find that the snake has a large stomach, which means that if you do kill it, the undigested item will be dropped. Otherwise, the snake can kill a mob and eat its drops, which will then be slowly digested, but will have a chance to drop if it's killed. Moving on to the deserted drylands update now, and this update includes 8 new animals. The first mob in this update is the lion, and can be found roaming in the savannas in groups of 3 to 5. One of the lions will be a male, whilst 2 others are female. Any more in the group will be children. They can be neutral or hostile, but I would keep my distance if I were you, as there is no point in trying to kill them, as they don't drop anything. The group will stay together and follow the male lion, but if the male lion dies, one of the female lions will become the leader. The lions can be occasionally seen sleeping between noon and evening. The lions are active at night and will hunt a rhino if it's in 48 blocks of the lion, where it will slowly start stalking the rhino until it gets close enough to run at it and take it down. Giraffes are next on the list, and these giants can be found wandering in the savannas in groups of 3 to 4. They are completely peaceful, but there isn't any point in killing them as they won't drop anything. You can actually temporarily tame the giraffes with a golden apple, which will allow you to ride them for 30 seconds. When doing so, your map will have a 50% increased radius when they are filled in. If you wish to, you can also breed them with hay bale. Next up is the elephant, and these neutral animals can be found in the savannas in groups of 2 to 3, the third being a baby elephant. If they are close to a water source, they can be seen drinking from it. Occasionally during the day, the elephants can be seen throwing mud onto their backs, and if they do come across any bee, it will run away as they are scared of them. As I said, they are neutral, so will attack you if provoked or if the baby elephant is approached. If you do decide to kill one, it can drop 1 to 3 leather. Next up is the hippo, and they can spawn in jungles and savannas in groups of 3 to 4, but only if the grass is next to some water. They will become hostile to you, or if a boat in some water is close to them, and you will be in trouble as the hippo can swim faster than you, so try not to be its next meal. If you are able to get close to them without provoking them, they can be bred with melons if they are in water. Rhinos can be found roaming in the savannas, either by itself or with its child. Similarly to elephants and bears, if the baby is approached by the player, it will become hostile, but it will attack you anyway if you do hit it. They do attack in a unique way if the baby is approached, as it will warn you by scraping its feet a couple of times and will charge you in a straight line. This can be dodged, but you can also stun the rhino with a shield if you manage to block its charge. If you decide to attack it, then it will just hit you with its melee attack. If you decide to kill it, it can drop 1 to 2 leather. Next is the vulture, and these can be found flying in the savannas, badlands, and in deserts in groups of 2 to 4. These pests can be a nuisance to many nearby mobs. If the mob drops rotten flesh on death, like a husk, the vulture will start to kill them to eat its drop. If you are wandering around a vulture with less than 6 HP, it will take whatever item you're holding in your hand and won't drop it unless it's killed or if rotten flesh is dropped nearby. The vulture will then eat the rotten flesh in around 30 seconds, which gives you time to escape or heal. If you do kill it, it will drop 1 to 2 feathers. The next mob is the zebra, and these guys can be found wandering through the savannas in groups of 2 to 3. They are neutral animals and won't drop anything if it is killed. They can be tamed however, and can be done so similarly to horses, where you simply just need to keep riding it until it becomes happy with you doing so. To make it a bit harder though, they will run away if you do approach them. There are some things that are different between horses and zebras, like zebras can swim and run faster than horses, but horses can jump higher. Tamed zebras can also be fitted with a saddle and a chest to give it more storage. The final mob today is the boar, and these animals can be found in the savannas in groups of 4. They were added to replace pigs that spawn in the savannas and will drop 1 to 3 raw pork chops when they are killed. You can actually breed boars with carrots, potatoes, or beetroot. Boars are neutral animals and will only attack if provoked, however if they do get below half their health, they will instead run away from you. A cool feature is that when boars are struck by lightning, they will turn into a zoglin. That's it from me today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really like this mod because I love the animations of it, whether it's standing still, attacking you, flying. It just looks really great compared to other mob type mobs. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing as I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day and I'll catch you all in the next video.